Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
We're here.
We are.
Welcome to the Millennial Gen Z Paradox podcast. I am your resident millennial. I'm trying to think of something to call myself, but that's not going to happen. So I'm Abigail.
Resident Gen Z Hannah.
And today we're talking about stuff.
Again.
I don't know. But come along for this random web of discussion.
Yes. Just things that are on our minds.
Yeah, just things that are going on in life. You know how we talked about how I'm an emotional eater?
Yes.
Well, I ordered Jack in the Box for lunch, and it's like 2,000 calories for the box. And then I also ordered mini tacos, and I ate it all. Like, I
know. I'm a little bit of an emotional eater.
So I'm
myself.
like also near tears because I just gained a pound of fat with the amount of calories that I ate today. Probably not, because you have to eat 3,500 calories over your maintenance to gain a pound of fat. That was lunch, so that was, minus 300 calories because that's all I fucking get for lunch. So that was like a taco.
I'm sorry.
I haven't eaten dinner.
I'm like, how that's your version of like splurging, and I'm all like, yesterday for breakfast I ate ice cream. I ate half a pint of ice cream.
But even eating enough calories to gain 1 pound of fat does not negate the 70 pounds that I've lost. So it's okay.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna gain all 70 pounds back.
I don't know. I might.
Bullshit.
But it also feels like when I've got situations like that, it also makes it feel like I haven't learned anything through the year and a half that I've been going through my journey.
Yeah.
So then it's makes me scared for when I'm done and go back, that if I haven't learned anything, then I will gain it all back.
I won't let you.
So I'm just near tears because of one fucking meal.
It will get better.
Plus life. The whole reason that I just wanted to order out and order something that was comforting was because of life.
Yeah.
And I needed the comfort. But then I'm like, oh, fuck. I just fucked up.
I just eat half a pint of ice cream.
Yeah, I can't do that because apparently there are 6 egg yolks in 1 pint of ice cream. And my digestive system can only handle 1. So
I feel sad for you.
It's a very sad life. Except that Ben & Jerry's non-dairy doesn't have any eggs. It's technically vegan. So that I can eat a whole pint of, which I learned. And I'm like, fuck, the only reason I was not binging on ice cream was because of this egg situation. And now that that's gone, I have the ability to binge on ice cream. So I haven't learned fucking anything about how to sustainably maintain my weight and eat responsibly. So,
and then
I'm just gonna gain it all back.
And then I just have the opposite issue of just not eating.
I
don't know, it's a thing. And then I have Dad being like, if you don't learn to eat properly,
but what is eating
you're
properly?
You're gonna start gaining weight if you don't look out after what you're eating. And I'm like,
yeah.
That is too fucking stressful, so it's better for me to just not eat, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you want...
You and I are two sides of a different coin for eating disorders. You don't eat and I overeat. This is bad.
Well, no, I've had Dad be all like, are you anorexic?
I've been told I was anorexic. I've been asked that before in middle school.
My dad?
No. Some kid.
Your own dad?
Some kid was all like, you're anorexic. And I'm like, no, you don't. I eat so much food. I'm just, kind of growing boobs because it's middle school.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
was also only like 5'5" at that time, so
I think it also asked me if I was bulimic.
Were you throwing up?
No.
Well, why would he think that?
I don't know. I also in middle school had stomach issues where my body had too much acid in my tummy. So I was on medication for that. Because otherwise school would send me home.
Yeah, you and I, just two sides of the same coin.
Well, part of it is I also have like texture issues. Like I don't like eating beans. Beans gross me the fuck out. I'm trying to build a spice tolerance because my boyfriend likes spicy food.
Good for him. Yeah, I like that. He's getting points.
Well, he was all like Chipotle, and I'm all like, all I kind of want from Chipotle is quesadilla, just like a cheese quesadilla.
Now the real question is, do you know what his go-to hot sauce is?
No.
Okay.
I can probably ask him.
There's only one right answer. And I will tell you that after you ask him.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't really want to talk about my weight, but I'm also very emotional about that too, so maybe. It's also like feeling guilty about the food, which is sort of a 2000s diet culture thing.
Yeah.
Like now, well, weight loss is also, Ozempic, but like, and drugs, but like 2000s was so like, you remember those Fiber One snack packs for like 90 calories?
Yeah, Mom loved.
I bought one of those recently. They're fucking disgusting. Like, I can't believe we liked them.
Hurt sauce. I almost called it hot sauce. Hurt sauce. Like,
No.
That is so me.
But yeah, no. Like, they're fucking disgusting. Tastes like cardboard. I was like, I can't believe I ate these as a child.
But I also have an issue drinking water where my boyfriend's all like, just get water flavorings. But like, technically, doesn't that transform it not into water? But then I'm all like, well, if you really want me to drink water, get me Capri Sun's water. Roaring Waters.
Oh man, I used to freeze those.
I know. I really want to get those.
Those were so good as frozen popsicles. Only strawberry kiwi.
Yes, and then I can't find strawberry kiwi or wild cherry, because wild cherry was also really good.
Strawberry kiwi all the way.
Oh, it was just me saving.
Is the only answer. But yeah, like 2000s diet culture, eat as little as fucking possible. Don't eat bad things. Don't eat Oreos. Don't eat, all of the things that I like. And I've spent so much time damn it. Luna, you weren't supposed to tell Mike I ordered something off Amazon. Damn it.
Damn it, dog. Sorry.
Damn it, Luna. And now Mike's gonna go get it. I'm like, what'd you order off Amazon? It's a cookbook, okay? So I don't like to cook. This is also another problem, okay? I hate to cook. I hate cooking.
I love cooking.
I hate it.
I was gonna bring potatoes and bacon and make potato soup. But it's also too sunny for
wondering if my reason for not liking to cook is because I don't know how.
Probably.
Like, I don't know the science specifically. Like,
probably.
Salt and pepper and how to make things that are good. So I bought a basics cookbook that like goes into like the science of cooking with recipes. So I'm going to try and cook and learn actually. Because like cooking is calming. Like I meal prepped my homemade Hot Pockets for lunches this week. And like that's like I'm just measuring everything out because I have, am trying to lose weight. So I measure all of the flour and the yogurt and everything for the pockets and how much chicken goes in each pocket. And like being in the kitchen is calming. When Mike is in the kitchen, it is not, because he's like everything is a must have to happen right now. Like you can't just leave something on a pan and go and do something else. And then like he's like, quick chop, 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 stir, 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 chop, chop, chop. So it's very stressful because he's like sporadic all over the kitchen. And I'm like, it's not that deep. You can take your time. And he's like rushing to the sink to wash his hands if he touched raw meat, and then rushing back to go tend to what he's doing. And I'm like, it'll be fine for the 2 minutes it takes for you to wash your hands calmly. But like I'm not like that in the kitchen.
I'm not like that either. So like but then again, a lot of the times I'm just making one thing, or like I've already like I cut the vegetables before I start. I cut the onions and mushrooms before I start cooking, or the steak, or I do like 3 minutes on each side for a steak, because I like my steak rare.
Boy, I like it rare. Bloody.
Well, the nice thing about having it rare is one thing that I've noticed is that
it's more tender.
It's more tender. It's more buttery. Like it just melts. Do you
cook it with butter? Like you know those
where you baste it?
Baste it in butter and rosemary. Like
I just baste it in butter and then I take it out and then I let it. I've had put too much butter in the pan before and it kind of just boiled.
Not possible. Butter is life. But yeah, so Mike and I have very different activities in the kitchen. I like to chop stuff, ironically.
She lost her hand by chopping.
I was cutting a tomato and whoops, no fingers. Actually, I've done that. I was in high school.
Did you cut up a nub?
No, so in high school.
Did you cut up a nub?
So Mom was told when I was a baby that my nubs wouldn't last. Don't be surprised if she loses them. And I'm like, how am I supposed to lose them? They're attached to my body. Like, they're just gonna fall off. But no, like, doing things, everyday activity, chopping, they're just so small that it's super easy to chop them off. So the doctors are predestined to chop off my nubs, okay? But like, I think I did it once. I was chopping something in Mom and Dad's kitchen. It was either high school or college, where I pretended to chop off a nub. Mom was so mad at me. She's like, you cannot do that. No. I'm like, I'm laughing hysterically because I'm like, what are you going to do? Sew it back on? Like, it does nothing. It's just flapping in the wind at this point. Like,
nubs flapping should be on a t-shirt.
Yeah, we're gonna make merch. Nubs flapping in the wind. But like, yeah, Mom was not happy with me. I think I also did it once to Mike too in Virginia, where I was chopping something and I went, oh shit. I was like, fuck, like I lost a nub. Yeah, no, so like Mike is super well. I also did almost chop off, where is it, which I don't have feeling on my thumb. I don't have feeling on my knuckle on my thumb because I was washing a knife and it slipped.
Oh, that's why you're not allowed to wash knives.
Yeah, that's why I'm not allowed to wash knives. And okay, how do I take the sponge, but I have to like balance it on the edge of the sink and wash it. Anyway, it slipped and I like cut. There was so much blood too. Like, oh my God, I thought I lost my thumb. Okay. And I only got one. Like, I can't be losing real fingers over here. Just nubs. Okay. So
nubs I can handle, fingers.
So like the flesh was flapping. And Mike
was also be flapping flesh.
Flapping flesh. No, the flesh was totally like out. I seriously thought like I was like, I have to go to the hospital. Like, and Mike was at home, so I like called him, and I'm like, we might have a problem. I need you to come home right now. And he's like, what? And I was like, washing a knife. And he goes, oh fuck. And I'm like, and there's a lot of blood. And he goes, okay. He goes, oh. And I managed to like, I was like, paper towel on it, blah, blah, blah. And a Band-Aid, since it's a joint, Band-Aids don't stay very well.
No.
So I took liquid Band-Aid and just glued it together. And then it healed. Yeah. But like, I don't know that it healed properly because I don't have feeling in that spot. I probably should. Well, okay, what was the emergency room going to do? Glue me back together? Like, I did that at home. So, it's fine. But yeah, there's no feeling. And it's just a tiny little
scar.
Yeah. Well, it's not even like, well, yeah, it is a scar. But like,
scar, you know how I cut open my eyebrow? They
but
put
like,
it back together there.
I have feeling in my finger. It's just that one spot of flesh where I think it like flesh and then flesh on top. So the flesh that's supposed to have feeling is below the flabby part, but I glued the flabby part back on top.
Yeah, you'll lose the dead skin somehow.
No, it doesn't. I don't know. It's fine. It's together. And I don't need feeling right there anyway. So, yeah. But yeah, that's why I'm not allowed to wash knives. Flabby flesh. And we joke about losing nubs. But like, I know there's a proper way to cut. Like, you curl your fingers and you hold the knife. And, okay, I have a built-in bear claw.
Yes, you do.
So
I've had it where it's flipped, and I've almost.
Yeah, but it's also hard because, like, cutting a julienne onion where you score it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't. That's really hard because I don't have fingers to grasp all the moving parts of the onion because you like hold it together.
Yeah. After
you score it to slice up and down. Dad asked me to do that. He's like, oh, do it this really easy way. And I'm like, I don't have fingers to hold the fucking onion. Like, I'm just using gravity and force here. Like, I cut into it and it just...
I don't think you're thinking of julienne. I think you're dicing.
Like, julienne... Like, no. Dicing?
Julienne is long.
Okay.
Julienne is long.
See, I really need this cookbook.
Yeah. I was all like, wait, julienne.
No, dicing onions.
Hold on. How are you? What?
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, wait, hold up. That's not julienne.
That's not julienne. I thought julienning was smaller than dicing. What's smaller?
Micing. Mice.
Mincing. Okay. Micing.
Mincing. There's julienne.
Dicing. Slicing. Mincing. Shredding.
Julienne. Shredding isn't one. Shredding, you would use a cutting board.
I use my teeth. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, we have like a wood chopper to just throw.
We hire beavers to shred. No. But also, like, we make shredded chicken a lot.
Yeah.
In the Instant Pot. I really need this cookbook, guys. Really, really do. Okay.
Well, if you're using it to like make tacos, like I love my crock pot for tacos. How I used to do that.
But then, like, shredding the meat,
you just do it with
I just use my hands, okay?
Well, you have one hand.
I just, because I can't hold two forks. Guys, I don't know if this cooking thing's gonna work out with only one hand.
We'll see. You might need a prosthetic.
Okay, I'm gonna respond to reach out to Open Bionics and say I have very high culinary needs. Okay, I need 5 more fingers. But yeah, Mike uses the 2 forks to shred the chicken. He's my chicken shredder. But like, there was this one time he went and played Pokemon, and so I was on my own for dinner, and we were having tacos, so he was just gonna eat when he came home, but I wasn't gonna wait until like 9-10 o'clock at night to eat dinner. So I made it ahead of time, and I'm like, I was using a fork, and I'm like, fuck this, and I'm just using my hands to break apart the chicken because I'm like, my hands are clean, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Me and Cody have like a lot of different recipes that we want to make. That
Did
we keep
he answer the hot sauce?
No, he didn't. But he's also at work.
Unacceptable. This is pivotal. If he doesn't have the right answer, you have to break up.
No. It doesn't look like he's at work.
Oh, location tracking. It is kind of lunchtime.
It is kind of lunchtime. I can't remember what time he gets off of work. Oh, he gets off at work at like 8.
But yeah, so
Still.
I
Gotta keep up with the program.
Become a cooker. And I may or may not lose nubs or fingers.
Can we try not to lose nubs?
I just think it's so funny that Mom was told that I was
Gonna lose
nubs. I'm like, how do you?
No, so we have a recipe. Me and my boyfriend have a recipe app, and we just he sends me recipes to put in the recipe app, and then that way, when we actually want to,
I actually really love that for you.
Also, yeah, because we have. Well, I have like 2 different.
I also don't like mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. He loves mushrooms too. Like, I found the perfect guy for me.
So I was on Reddit.
There was
and there was this thread that was, what is something that you didn't like to eat, but you like now because it wasn't prepared properly for you the first time?
Mm-hmm.
So then you said that you didn't like it so you wouldn't have to eat it?
Yeah.
A lot of the answer was, well, Brussels sprouts and mushrooms.
I love.
Or vegetables.
I want to make stuff.
And I think it was actually on the millennial subreddit. And so it was all like, canned green beans are gross. And I'm like, I loved canned green beans.
I hate I hate canned green beans. They're
like mushy and salty and so good. They're so good. I actually haven't eaten canned green beans in forever. But like, a lot of people were all like, yeah, I don't like most vegetables, actually. The way that they were prepared for me as a child made me hate them, but I like them now because I like roast them or, saute them, and I actually season them, and I do all of it. So I was like, oh. So I think I'm going to try vegetables. Get Mike to eat some more vegetables.
That would be good.
But yeah, mine's shrimp. I'm really picky about shrimp.
I'm allergic to pineapple. So fun. Trying to think of what else.
But yes, but one of the things that people said about mushrooms was that they're better cooked until they're dry. So then they're not, because my whole thing is like a texture, they're like slimy and gross. Like on pizza, mushroom on pizza is so gross.
Well,
maybe roast. I don't remember exactly what people said is the way to prepare them, but I was like, huh. So I might try mushroom, but also it's a fungus, and I just can't get over eating fungus. It's like blue cheese. I hate blue cheese. I don't like blue cheese because it's moldy cheese, and you're not supposed to eat mold. I
don't like blue cheese. I hate blue cheese with a fucking passion. Leave me alone, Siri.
That's kind of my thing with mushrooms too. Is it's a fungus.
They're fungi. Well, my favorite. I want to make stuffed mushrooms again. Or I actually want to make stuffed mushrooms. Because that's where you kind of you're baking them instead of cooking them. They're less slimy. Personally, my opinion.
I mean, if you stuff anything with cheese, it's gonna be good, right?
Yes.
A lot of people
with the white wine sauce. Come on,
white wine production sauce. Wine and cheese makes everything taste
better.
You know what else makes things taste better?
Cheese.
Already being drunk. Or high. Pick your poison. It's fine.
Drunk.
But, like, everything's better with alcohol.
Everything is better with alcohol.
Maybe will be my cooking series. Is all alcohol based, like tequila chicken. Oh, and wine.
I would do a chicken with the white wine reduction.
I don't have any white wine. Jason only's been sending me reds. No. We're in the red wine club section, not the multiple. So we only get reds.
Oh, okay.
But that goes with steak, right?
Yes, that goes with steak. I could teach you how to make a red wine reduction sausage.
Maybe my book will tell me.
Huh?
Maybe my book will tell you. If you're pregnant, can you have alcohol based? I mean, I guess it's not alcohol based sauce. It just says alcohol in it. Do you cook enough of the alcohol out that someone who's pregnant can have it? Not that I'm pregnant. I'm just curious.
Yes.
Just my train of thought. If you were in my brain, you'd understand.
Yes.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're reducing it.
Reducing it so much that there's no alcohol in it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or that the amount of alcohol in it won't affect.
Yeah. Because that is important.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's what we're doing. What I'm doing, and I'm very excited for my book to be here, which it is here because Luna alerted us that my Amazon came. Luna needs to work on her having Auntie's back and hiding Amazon purchases.
I'm sorry. My dog won't. She was like, intruder.
We're under attack. Amazon just came here, and it could be a bomb. It's a cookbook, Luna. Your favorite thing.
Food.
Yeah, food. Speaking of which, I need to order training treats. It's quite the tangent.
She's special.
We love her.
We love her. We love my dog. She's special.
As all dogs are. Dogs have so much more personality than I thought they did. Like owning my own dog has made me see how much of an individual she actually is. Like, I've been around dogs, but I thought dogs were just like dogs. Like, they always wanted attention. They always liked other dogs. They always wanted pets. They always wanted food. And then I got a husky. And that is not the case. She has so much sass. She's got this teenage side eye. Like, I think I'm living with a teenage human.
Okay, so with Luna.
And Luna is just Luna.
Luna's just Luna.
Eeyore.
Humbug.
Humbug.
I'll just lay here. Wait for you to come home.
I have no treats, so I'm sad.
Humbug.
And then guard dog. Vicious dog.
I love my dog. I would probably wait till...
and then Riku's like, what are we doing? She's learning guard dog from Luna, though, because Mike went to go and get the mail. No, wait. When you came over.
Probably.
When you came home from work, she barked at you.
Yeah. Or I was stopping by to get something, or stopping...
Yeah.
She barked.
She's like... And then she, like, barked. And then she barked at the neighbor kids who were jumping on the trampoline in the backyard. She stood out in the middle of the yard and gave them one bark and then came up on the porch and sat next to me. I was like, okay, cool. Can you do that again, please? Like, do it again. Yeah, she's a funny one. But
She's a funny one. My dog is so special.
She's had a rough life.
She has had a rough life. She doesn't like other dogs.
But Riku.
It'll be interesting when she meets my boyfriend's brother's dog because they just got one. I could have brought her with me on Monday, but I honestly needed the break from my own dog. I love her to death, I swear.
I love her.
I love her.
But I need a break.
And also, like, she doesn't do well in their apartment.
Yeah, it's hard.
I think a lot of it comes from my ex and being in the apartment with them, and
it wasn't Amazon.
It wasn't Amazon.
I don't know, some solicitor. Go, Luna. Yeah, bark at them. Fuck.
Like she's always been kind of like a shy dog when she goes to the restroom. Like she would hide behind the trees. So just being in a neighborhood, like you can't watch her.
She goes potty just fine here.
She goes potty just fine here. She goes potty, like she needs to know the area.
Yeah.
But like there was a time where we were at his apartment all day, all the way up to probably like we didn't leave until like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And we got there around like 11 o'clock, so we were there 12 hours. Hold it in.
Riku does the same thing though too. Like when we were over for Christmas and she couldn't go in the backyard, so we had to take her across the street at Mom and Dad's. She didn't go.
Yeah.
Until the next morning. I'm like, just go potty, please. It's so stressful for me. Because I'm like, I know. And then she would go to the back door like, let me outside. I was like, we went outside.
Yeah. Which is just so like, okay, we might.
But it's also like a vulnerable position for them.
Yeah.
To be in.
Which there's also a lot of bunnies.
We love the bunnies.
And Bothell, and
we love the bunnies.
We do love the bunnies.
We hunt the bunnies.
We hunt the bunnies. Yeah.
Crouch low, straight line, walk softly and quietly, and then Mom and Dad are in the background making so much fucking noise that they ruin it. So like, poor Riku. It's the worst fucking parents.
Poor Lona.
Mom's got her phone out, video cameraing Riku hunting bunnies. No. I have a question. Oh, everyone got a different track of thought at the exact same time.
Well, no, my brain went into like books. And this is only because the book that I started reading is called Murder Your Employer.
Does it give tips?
I don't know yet. It's all like how to decide on whether or not it would be good to murder your employer, whether it's murdering the CEO or...
It sure would save us money. I'm just kidding.
And I'm just like, have you ever thought of if you're going to try to murder the CEO, have you ever tried wooing the girlfriend first? And I'm just like, and this is all in the foreword. And it goes, the first like sentence is, so you're contemplating murder.
Maybe you should try therapy first.
You're like McMaster's Guide to Homicide.
Maybe we should try medication first.
Those that want to do it for the glory are outcasted. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this book is kind of perfect. And it also talks of, you might get weird looks by the librarians if you were to look up blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
You would oddly be directed to 3. If you ask for blah, 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 blah.
The FBI might knock on your door based on your browser history.
You might get asked to leave. And have the security walk towards you. I'm like, huh.
Thanks for the heads up. I appreciate it. The eventual realization that we're just chatting today. With no rhyme or reason for anything that we're talking about today.
Rico and Luna were all like, what are you doing, Auntie?
I'm so interested.
So interested.
Ugh. I think I heard the garage door. I don't know where the fuck Mike went.
I don't know where he went either.
It's alright. I'm not his keeper.
So the forward board. So you've decided to commit murder. Congratulations! Oh, simply by purchasing this volume, you've already taken the all-important first step towards successful homicide, of which you can be proud. One that would gain you the admiration of your peers, were they ever to learn of it. This book will see that you don't. Ask any librarian for a book on criminal investigation and you will be cheerfully directed to 362.2, where study volumes on forensic science and analysis of evidence await. Ask the same librarian for a book on how to facilitate the demise of your CPA and you will be warily directed towards the exit. Or more likely, a security guard will be directed towards you. Where is it?
So everyone needs this book.
Yeah. For those who will consult this guide because you're not yet certain if murder is your best option, I would say that such a decision should never be made lightly. Homicide, after all, is a life-changing event, not the least for your target. Before moving forward, you should ask yourself what has come to be known at freshman orientation as the 4 inquiries. Number 1, is this murder necessary?
Yes.
In short, is there really no other remedy? How quick some turn to what they believe is an easy solution without exploring alternate possibilities. Are you murdering your CEO without first attempting to woo his son or daughter? How foolish you would feel having commit your crime with all risk and travails, only to learn that there's been no need. This would surely be an overkill, in the most literal sense of the word.
Well, yeah, because if you woo, they're going to gain the inheritance.
Yeah.
So you want to also gain the inheritance.
Have you given your target every last chance to redeem themselves? Will you sleep better knowing the night after you murdered, if you know that on the day before you have given every chance to wake your target every chance to wake up the next morning? If they refuse to reform, you can proceed with the clear conscience. What innocent person might suffer by your actions? Do not ask whom the bell tolls. Ask who will mourn in hearing it. If the answer becomes none, then more power to you, especially if you're you are planning an electrocution. But be controversially? Will this deletion improve the life of others?
That looks like a fun book.
It is. I love also the if you can answer inquiries number 1, 2, and 4 with the affirmative and 3 with none, then I encourage you to read on with my full approval and wish that our founder once voiced to me. May the only justice you face be poetic.
Yeah, that seems very fun. Very fun book. Did you find that at the used bookstore?
No, I found this at Barnes & Noble, I think a year ago.
You've had that a year and you're only just sharing it now? I'm offended.
February 2023.
2 years now.
Yeah, because I think I bought it. Because that was all like, ooh, shiny book, murder your employer. This was back when I worked with Brandon and he was allowing me to be bullied. I love also, so they have a couple of quotes in here. Death is better than slavery. Harriet and Jacobs. Agreed, but whose death? R.M. Tarnant, Dean of McMaster's. It is simply itself to fire one's employer. It is simplicity in itself to fire one employer. All it takes is some kindling and a match. But yeah, I highly recommend. I mean, I'm only 7 pages in and already got me hooked. But then again,
You're a murder mystery person, though, so that makes sense.
I am a murder mystery girly.
So funny. So last week when I went to go and get my hair done, my stylist was asking me what kind of music I listen to, and I was like, "Wow, I am exceedingly diverse in my musical selection." And she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "I listen to pretty much everything. A little bit of country, a little bit of rap, a little bit of whatever." And I'm like, currently it's Noah Kahan and Kendrick Lamar. And she's like, "Wow, you really do like everything." I was like, "Yeah, no, I wasn't kidding. Like, that's a little bit of folk, a little bit of..."
That's for me with my book taste.
It was same with my books too. I like a lot of fantasy, but then I'm, reading Bridgerton. That's about it. Honestly, everything else is fantasy.
Yeah, whereas I'm murder mystery. I'm still working through the collective works of H.P. Lovecraft, looking through Stephen King, and then I have my dark romance, my regular romance, fantasy. The only thing I don't really dabble into is nonfiction, although there is a forensic science book on Agatha Christie's murder mystery works, because a lot of...
You should read Kelly Bishop's memoir, though.
I've also wanted to read Deeply, Madly, Al Rickman.
Yeah, I haven't read that yet.
I almost got a used copy, but I kind of rather, like, if I'm going to annotate and stuff myself, I need a new copy.
Yeah.
But no, so the book that I started co-reading along with this book is the forensic science of Agatha Christie work, and it talks about within the first few, she was also a brilliant playwriter. Like, there were a couple of plays there was a play of hers that was only stopped because of the coronavirus.
I don't understand.
Well, like, it only stopped,
It didn't go on when she was alive?
Well, it went on when she was alive, and then it kind of stopped production, I think, due to the coronavirus. I have to double check that. But, it's a great work. I love Agatha Christie. I think everyone knows.
I know
she's
you do.
only outsold by the Bible and Shakespeare. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Man, to be that kind of writer.
To be that kind of writer, and...
Did your boyfriend answer what kind of hot sauce he likes?
Okay, no. Agatha Christie's accomplishments includes being the best-selling fiction writer of all times, having her books translated into over 103 languages, and writing the world's longest-running play, The Mouse Trap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Amazing.
She was also, like, had a different pen name. She was also a romance writer. But she had a different pen name because it was frowned upon to write romance books back when she was alive. She's like one of...
I know, you love Agatha Christie.
I love Agatha Christie. If I could actually sit down and write something
if
for
I had
once,
the patience for it.
and have the patience for it, and have the patience to actually like write and then edit instead of reread, re-edit, write.
I think everyone has their own creative process, though.
Rewrite, re-edit. Well, the amount of times I've rewritten the same shit over and over again.
I feel you. I feel you.
It just gets exhausting.
Yeah.
Then again, listening to Taylor Swift while I write has been an interesting thing to do. But also, like, I was sitting outside on the backyard of your porch while writing, had my computer, my laptop, and then all of a sudden Luna was laying, like, right next to me, too.
Yeah.
She gets up because the dogs came out, and I had to put her in air jail.
Yeah. Air jail happens sometimes.
Air jail happens sometimes.
So, have you heard the latest news?
No. Oh, she's got all her masters. No.
What?
Hold on. What's your latest news?
My latest news? It's about a certain actor.
Ooh. I do not know.
You do not know? Well, then I will tell you. Because it's been all over. Well, I follow him on all social media, so that would explain it. But Tom Felton is reprising his role of Draco Malfoy on the Broadway production of Cursed Child for 9 shows, I believe. Yep.
I'm so proud of him.
I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent?
Because I do like that, like, with, like, Epic Universe World, you know, Evan Lynch and the Felton twins, like, went opening day and, like, promoted, you know, the new world. And, you know, they come out to Orlando in the Harry Potter world every so often. Bonnie Wright came and was a surprise guest on one of the episodes of the Wizarding Baking show that the Felton twins were doing. So it's nice that, like, they're still kind of a part of it. And, like, then there's a new Harry Potter, you know, the Harry Potter shop in New York. They opened one in Chicago, and Tom Felton went, and Matthew Lewis went. So, like, there's still, like, a little bit of pieces still a part of the world, but they're also doing other things. Like, I only see Tom Felton doing Harry Potter things, which I feel is great, because I feel that, like, that was my like, for him, that was his childhood. He grew up, like, all of them, they grew up on set. Yeah. And so psychologically, some people might be able to let that go, and some people might not be able to. Like, I could never let go of Harry Potter. I'm sorry. It's such a part of me that I can never. So I understand his point of it being such a part of his life to not be able to let it go. But then it's also like, do something else, bro. Like, he was in not Godzilla. What's the other one? Planet of the Apes or something.
He was in Planet of the Apes?
Yeah. But, like, that's it that I know of recently. Maybe he was in a medical show, or maybe I'm thinking of Jason Isaacs, because he was also doing a medical show. But yeah, Jason Isaacs was a doctor. He was on the latest season of The White Lotus. That I did not have on my bingo card, seeing certain parts of Lucius Malfoy's body on TV, but it happened, and Yeah, and that was not on my 2025 bingo card. But you know what? To each their own. No. But like Emma Watson is doing other things.
Well, yeah,
she went to Daniel Radcliffe is like amazing.
Yes. I remember when
on Broadway, like that's his passion, is going and doing, Broadway stage acting, and
he's so good at it.
He is.
What show was it where it kept on and it was all like if Harry Potter grew up by Sirius Black, and it's him like in I can picture it but I can't. It's like a sparkly outfit.
Oh, that was
singing.
What TV show is that where he's an angel or something? And he is like God's assistant or whatever. And I know exactly what.
Coming around a mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know that.
Hilarious.
But
so funny. And people are all like, if you
Rupert Grint was in an Apple TV show. And he's got kiddos now, like Bonnie Wright is super planet activist forward.
Same with Emma Watson, very women's right.
Yep, she's on the UN for God's sake. Like,
yeah,
Harry Potter has probably financially allowed these adults now to go and pursue those things.
Yeah,
but yeah, just have something else associated with your name, I think, is also very special. But then I do also understand the not wanting to leave something that's been so comforting and like something that literally raised you.
Which I hate it when.
So like I understand both sides of like the actors who are like, I know I was in Harry Potter and I know it means so much and I will always be recognized as Harry Potter or Hermione Granger or whatever. But I'm doing other stuff now and that's more important. Because I am no longer the 11-year-old wizard.
Yeah.
Or witch. So, like I understand that. And I also understand the just want to hold on to. Yeah. So yeah, I just wish he was doing something else. Mm-hmm. But, because I think he's also involved in the TV show. Like, he's not cast as someone, but like behind the scenes cameo or something maybe. But
yeah,
which I'm like, dude, just let it go. But then I also understand. I'm like, wait, no, don't let it go.
Like I can't let go myself. Like
I know,
and it hurts. Like, and I hate seeing people being all like,
yeah. Well,
I feel like for having it on your shelf of. Because blah 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 blah, or like certain, like I hate cancel culture, and I've talked about this with my therapist.
Oh, what does your therapist say? Actually, have you talked about it specifically in relation to Harry Potter?
I've talked about it specifically in a relationship of Harry Potter, and part of it was, well, I had to get it off of my shelf for a hot moment. I had to get my whole, and I cried. When I took Harry Potter to Half Price Bookstore.
Yeah.
Part of it was that was my...
Well, I think
my first chapter series was Harry Potter, and...
there is a lot of connection between, like, you and me. Like, I feel like our relationship...
built on Harry Potter.
Built on Harry Potter, because I loved it so much, and then you were like, well, my sister loves it. I have to love it. And so I
still do, and I like...
There's a lot of things that I have passed on to you, too, growing up, like Doctor Who.
Yes. We'll always have Doctor Who.
But yeah, like that was something that we shared together, that like our bond was
and our
built...
childhood.
Specifically, was
built
around
on
this
thing, and
franchise.
Then... Like, when you went off to college, Harry Potter and Doctor Who were one of the things that, like, it helped me and also kind of brought me a little bit into, like, my depressive, because I was so sad that you had left, and...
I'm sorry. We really need to watch the new Lilo and Stitch movie.
We do need to really watch the new Lilo and Stitch movie, and...
Because there's a point... I don't there's a point to that.
If I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna. But like, that's just so. And I hate it when people, like, if you still love Harry Potter, they group you with
Transphobes,
her.
yeah.
And I'm like, it's
the fandom has taken the franchise from her.
The fandom has taken the franchise because I'm like, really? I have 2 friends. One that, and no, don't group me with that hatred.
No. And the series is so different from her. Like, how can you write a story about how love conquers all and then be a hateful fucking bitch? I digress. But
you should have written the series between Voldemort's perspective, bitch. Honestly.
But you know, like, so I don't associate the series with her at all. And it's so hard with like the new stuff that comes out where like, oh, don't support it because she gets money from it. But then it also hurts the actors and the people who are involved, the artists who are involved.
The artists with the
like Nina Lima, who is doing the pop-up books.
And then J.K.
Not buying the pop-up books doesn't hurt J.K. Rowling as much as it hurts Nina Lima as well.
Or Jim Kay, who's the illustrator of the large books. Like,
yeah, it's like it's not just her. It hurts everyone else too by boycotting. And she's made enough money that she probably doesn't even notice any decline or rise in purchase of her shit.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's the same with the game producers of the movie, the game that
Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah,
Hogwarts Legacy.
They're not millionaires. They're working people who are just working on a game for their livelihood, and boycotting it doesn't hurt her as much as it hurts them.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's hard because I'm like, yeah, I totally understand, but there are other people involved. And then it's like, well, then they shouldn't have picked this project to do if they stand by her or don't stand by her. And I'm like, that's not always the case.
Like you can't always pick and choose what project.
No, if you work for a gaming company that's building a Harry Potter game, if this is your project, go ahead. You don't want to work on it, then leave the
company.
You know, like, you can't just pick and choose what you're working on. And actors and actresses, sure, except that not all actresses and actresses are millionaires.
Yeah.
So they're not like, they have to fight for the amount of money that they work for regularly too. Like, I was listening to like someone who I thought made way more, who was a millionaire, and they're like, no, for this movie it worked down to like
pocket change.
Yeah. Like, not as much as you think. Royalty checks were not as much as we think. Like, we think of them as these big people, but they're just working. And there's not a lot of, like, it's such a small niche. You know, we have a lot of media.
Yeah.
But for how many actresses and actresses out there, there's not actually a lot of work.
Yeah.
So a big thing that comes along, yeah, they're going to fucking take it. And this is a 10-year-old project. Like, John Lithgow, who's going to play Dumbledore, has said this is probably going to be his last job. Because this is going to be, you know, a 10-year project, and he's already old. Because he's playing fucking Dumbledore. So he's like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, so, I don't know. It hurts them more than it hurts her. And there's nothing that the fandom can do, like not giving her money, not participating in the new things that are coming out, aren't going to change her mind to be a better person. No. Like, she's still going to run her mouth and be transphobic, and like, you can't change someone's mind. And you're not going to make her poor either.
I remember when her views started, I
so upset. I was like, how can you write a story about this, about love, and then speak in such a hateful way?
I remember something that you said when it happened. And it was, this is why it's always good to never meet your heroes.
Yes.
And
she was my one person that I was like, I want to sit down and meet and talk with. Like, she was my hero. And I'm like, no. Like, that was like I wanted to, like, she opened up my interest in books, in being an author myself at some point, maybe. We'll see. Maybe that's what my 30s are going to be. Who the fuck knows? But like she inspired me to be who I am and take the path that I've taken now, and my love for books and stories and being literally challenging society with words of fiction, because that's what books are. They challenge society and challenge our thought process of the world.
That's why the awful party back in 1930s burned books, is because books are power.
They are.
That's why they were
education,
burned.
Words. Just
I'm sorry.
do so many things.
Goes to historical references.
Well, I mean, that's topical though, because it's a World War II retelling. To be on the surface.
On the surface, Harry Potter is a World War II retelling. But also, that the interesting thing about The Handmaid's Tale is that they made a book that is unburnable. And gifted it to the author of Handmaid's Tale.
I love that for her. She is someone who I would like to meet.
Yes. Because she recognizes what her book actually is.
Yeah. Someone asked in an interview, was like, so a lot of people are like taking a lot of interest in The Handmaid's Tale now because of what's going on in the United States with, and she's like, yeah, and I did not see that coming, bro. But here's a warning. Here's where we're headed. Get Gilead ready.
The amount of people that were all like, 1930s Germany is already here in America. I'm like, yeah. A lot of us can tell.
Been saying it for years.
And been saying it for...
But, like, yeah, don't meet your heroes. Because, yeah, that...
They'll disappoint you.
Now, there are a few people who I admire that I don't think I would be disappointed in.
Well, I honestly, like, I wonder, like, I know he's dead, and I know Agatha Christie is dead.
Dead or alive, though. Who would you like to sit and have tea with?
Agatha Christie or Al Rickman?
And I have not read Al Rickman's memoir yet, so I don't know much about his as a person. I would like... There's a lot, okay?
Let's have a conversation with... No, I'm joking.
Kelly Bishop. Because she got an abortion in 1970 something.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
For no medical reason, no nothing, just I don't want kids. I think that is so cool. And then the Roe v. Wade anniversary Women's March in DC, she went, it was like 2003 or 2004 or something. And she asked Amy Sherman, because they were working on Gilmore Girls, so she asked Helen Pye and Amy Sherman Palladino if they wanted to go. And so they all flew from California to DC to go to the Women's March. I'm like that is amazing. You are like 70 years old. The Gilmores, Richard and Emily were definitely Republican.
Yeah.
And you are super, like, that's progressive.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, what a woman's woman. Like, like she had, that's why I think you should read her memoir, but she's amazing.
Yeah.
Totally different from Miss Emily Gilmore, but that's just goes to show how much of an amazing actress she is.
Yeah.
That she can play someone who's very different from her. Pedro Pascal, because he is zaddy. And I could just stare at that face all day. But a lot of like interviews and stuff, like you can tell that he's just such a human person. And like interviews with like Bella Ramsey and who else was a young person on The Last of Us, of just like how he cared about their well-being on set.
Yeah.
And so I just think that he would be an interesting person to talk to. And just to be like around someone how warm and comforting. And then he's zaddy too. So, you know, my taste in men has changed as I've gotten older. But yeah, and then I think our little golden trio, Emma Watson would be super cool to meet.
Emma Watson would be so cool to meet.
But just like I obviously because of the people that they are, I would be starstruck, but it would also just be like cool to just be like a casual conversation of like, I see you as a person. Can we like, well, I mean, if Pedro Pascal, I'm just like, can I just stare into your eyes for a little bit?
With Emma Watson, I would just
be like, can I pick your brain? Tell me about the UN. Like, seriously. Like,
exactly. But, like, also I would want to be like,
what are you reading? Like, those are things that I, like, just as a friend conversation of, like, what are you reading? How's the UN? What are you doing? Like,
can you help us?
Can you provide some big sister advice? Because if you're asking for big sister advice, I'm a little not doing so great over here as your big sister, but like as the big sister, I could use a big sister.
Like, what would your advice be to women in America? Would be mainly my
Bonnie Wright. You want to go on a hike?
Yeah. And also, what are you reading?
Yeah.
And just, can I get a hug? You played my favorite Disney princess.
It's my favorite Disney princess.
Bite me.
I actually can't pick it. I really liked Tangled.
Cinderella and
Cinderella was yours.
Belle
Beauty and the Beast was mine.
Are both my favorite. I never really watched the live action, but I remember of Cinderella, and I remember hearing of like just how true to
everyone likes
Disney.
the remake of Cinderella.
People loved it.
Yeah.
And then Disney just was all like, you are ruining Disney's first princess. Like, I
don't know. I think people are a little overcritical about, and the remakes have been going on for decades. Like, this isn't fucking new.
My issue with Snow White, I have a little bit of an issue with Snow White, and it has nothing to do with Rachel Zegler. It deals with Disney in it of itself. And did
you see it?
I didn't see it. But the yellow in the costume, and it looks cheap. The dress looks fucking cheap with the material that they used. And certain, like, it
I don't know. Rachel is just so intense.
I don't think they
she's Snow White is super soft.
Yeah, and her facial features are so intense too. So just wasn't a good choice in it overall.
Yeah. But I do think
because they did nothing to soften her.
I think she did. Like, I watched it and I saw it and it was fine. Not my favorite, but Snow White also wasn't my favorite.
Costume designs were awful for that film. Like, just seeing clippets of it,
I know.
Costume designs were awful. Her hair was too short.
Yeah. Well, the haircut itself made her facial features that were so sharp and intense more sharp and intense.
Which did nothing. Her hair would have been better long, and there is certain stylistic choice in the animation of the 1930s that were present in that film, and they just did nothing to really I did not like it. And there's
I don't know, there was just already so much hatred for that movie that
also Gal Gadot isn't. There are certain people that have like nitpicked her acting in general that has been awful. So
well, isn't she canceled too?
Yeah, because she's pro Israeli instead of Palestinian. So there's
I can't keep
it straight
of everyone that's fucking canceled. It's annoying. I don't like anyone, okay? Everyone's canceled in my book.
I just get exhausted, and it's healthy to just ignore it, is what my therapist, I believe, said to me. So
just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
That's what I do. We're canceled, okay? But yeah.
Like, it gets exhausting, and you cry, and
well, it's also like childhood that people are like nitpicking and tearing apart,
well,
and it's just like, can I just have my childhood, please?
Well, I don't feel like people and it's just like, dude, everyone was fucking racist back then. To be honest, in the 19 whatever, everyone was fucking racist some way or another. In a way, not.
I'm confused at the train of thought here.
Well, my brain goes to, okay, so if you nitpick Agatha Christie, my favorite author, and one reason why I would never want to meet her, and this is judging her character before because also she's been dead. So a couple of her titles have been changed. One of them that was changed, honestly, for the better was And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. The original title to And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie was 10 Little Indians.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
The book doesn't even
But that's not even like... That's a pretty... new,
like, in general. Okay, he wrote a fucking paragraph.
Hot sauce.
Like, in general, put it on everything, either tapatito or crystal. If I want something spicy, then Melinda's either the ghost pepper wing sauce or a Scotch bonnet habanero. I really want to try Ed Sheeran's hot sauce, though. Still haven't ordered any, LOL.
Tapatio was the correct answer. So, I love Tapatio hot sauce. Okay, there's a story behind this. Okay, so then when COVID happened, we were going grocery shopping and we were out of Tapatio. And the store was out. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we went to another store. Still sold out of Tapatio. Went to another store. Still sold out of Tapatio. There was like 3 weeks where I did not have Tapatio sauce in the house. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm ordering it off of Amazon. I bought a box of like 12 tiny bottles of Tapatio.
Yeah.
When we lived in Virginia. Because
what happened
the grocery
to
store...
Tabasco?
It tastes weird. Tabasco's smoky. It's weird. No, Tapatio. And so then here, when we moved here, there was another time where I was at the store and I needed Tapatio and they didn't have it. So then I checked again a week later and they had it, and then they had a big bottle. Like a liter. And I bought the liter. Because I'm like, I am not running out of fucking Tapatio because it is the goat.
I go, yay, I don't have to break up with you. He goes, why? I'm like, you gave the right answer to my sister's question.
It's just the best hot sauce, okay? It matters.
I love how the watch was like, what was the wrong answer? Tabasco. He goes, cause that's shit.
It is shit. It's that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Where's that where my brain went?
He has good taste and also what was the wrong answer? Tabasco? Yes, actually it was. That's hilarious. It is crap though. So Tabasco is what's at like all the Mexican restaurants on the table. So I tried it once and I was like, this is the worst thing ever. Who the fuck likes this?
We have it at work, and then like
it's so bad.
Starts with the CH.
Oh, Cholula. Yeah, I don't. Valentina's okay, but nah.
Which I'm like, who's putting hot sauce on a burger?
Depends on the burger. If you're getting like a Santa Fe burger, sure.
We don't have a
You don't. And you've got that like you've got salads too. You have to have like a taco salad.
Well, we have
and you've got that chicken platter thing that's Mexican inspired. I'd put Tapatio on that. Yeah, Tapatio is the answer. Kudos. You get a point there, boyfriend.
Woohoo! But no, what was funny was my watch was all like, cause I'm bored. When it said why, when he's like why, and it just had my response of my sister asked, and it's all like I'm bored. So I decided to ask. Nah.
Good answer. Good answer, boyfriend.
Woohoo! But yeah, 10 little Indians, which is weird because the poem in Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None by, I think it's like Forest Green, 18 something, and it's 10 little soldiers and different ways that they die, and then there's one left and he kills himself, and then there were none.
Yeah.
So in the island that they go to is called Soldier Island. So there's no reason for the original title to be what it was.
Right.
But also if you think of
the Commanders only just changed their name a few years ago. Well, I think it's been 5 years ago at this point. From the Redskins to the Commanders. But
like, why are we having this? I think that's the only title of hers that was really bad. Death in the Air, Death in the Cloud. It was originally Death in the Air, now it's Death in the Clouds.
It's a strange change to make.
It is a strange change to
Maybe I'm not understanding something.
I'm not understanding either. But it was in a Doctor Who episode. But like, one of my books I want to start reading is called Christie's Affair, and it's about her first husband and the affair that he had, and then the mystery of surrounding her disappearance. Because she disappeared for like 11 days and was found in a hotel.
Right.
Right? Which is the whole Doctor Who episode.
Yeah. Such a good episode.
Never talked about it from the day she died.
Did that really happen?
Yeah. That was a true mystery. She never
told anyone what happened during those 11 days?
Yeah. It's still a mystery to this day.
Man.
One thing that I would think of is that English, they don't talk about everything.
That's fair. Was Agatha Christie English?
Mm-hmm. She was born in England. I could probably even tell you.
Yeah, we have Google. Google's free. That's my new favorite saying, by the way. Along with cool beans, which apparently makes me old.
She was born September 15th, 1890. English offer. Born in Devon, England.
Oh, okay.
Torn Quarry. Was born Agatha Mary Miller. Her resting place is in the Church of St. Mary's, Oxford, England. Pen name was Mary Westmacott. But the book that I'm reading about, like, the forensic was talking about how there's been so many murders, like the ABC murders. Like, there was one the ABC murders by Agatha Christie. Such an interesting book, and it's one of my favorite. It sent me into a book hangover.
Oh, those are the worst.
I was like, what do I do now?
My life has ended. The book hangover. It, like, takes weeks to recover, too.
Especially. It's like...
But it was good.
It was good. Well, it's like... The ladies' names, the first and last name start with the same, and then in the same same town name. Like, there were 3 murders in New York City, and then there was one in California. Yeah, it was really interesting. They, like, obviously took place, that those murders happened after the book was published.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So there were, like, real murders?
Mm-hmm. That
like
follow the same correlation. One of them is unsolved.
Gross.
Yeah.
Those freak me the fuck out.
Well, no one knows who. There's so many.
Do we know who? Murder mystery. Although this freaks me out. Murder mystery stuff.
No one knows who the Zodiac killer still to this day. Don't know who he was.
Wasn't that so long ago? He's probably dead at this point.
Yes.
Or they are dead. Probably.
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Is unsolved.
How though? His name's Jack.
I love how this is also brought up in this book. Anyways, okay. But one of them is still unsolved. I wish I honestly brought my Agatha Christie forensic book. Drat. But the plane heist that happened here in Washington is still unsolved, of D.B. Cooper, something Cooper.
Plane heist?
Plane heist.
Someone tried to take a plane?
Well, no, they took over a plane. And money was parachuted halfway through the...
Man, I need to catch up on my Washington lore.
I know.
I thought it was just Bigfoot.
No.
And Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was up here, wasn't he? Or was the Zodiac killer up? Where? No, Ted Bundy was around here.
Ted Bundy
Idaho, Washington.
Yeah. D.B. Cooper, also known as Dan Cooper, was an unidentified man who hijacked Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, a Boeing 727 aircraft in in United States airspace on November 24th, 1971. During the flight from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Cooper told a flight attendant he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 ransom, equivalent to $1,600,000 in 2024, and 4 parachutes upon landing in Seattle. After releasing the passengers in Seattle, Cooper instructed the flight crew to refuel the aircraft and begin a second flight to Mexico City. Refueling stopped in Reno, Nevada. About 30 minutes after taking off from Seattle, Cooper opened the aircraft door, deployed the suitcase and parachute onto the overnight southwestern Washington. Cooper's true identity and whereabouts have never been determined consecutively. They found some of the suitcases and the money in Vancouver, Washington, along the Columbia River.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yep. That was found in 1980. Was where a small portion of the ransom money was found along the riverbanks of Columbia River. Yeah, they still haven't found him to this day.
Probably dead.
But yeah, like those unsolved mysteries always...
They freak me out.
Those freak me out. Well, they don't freak me out. They just cause me to be so curious. But then again, like I love the psychological, like there's a Becoming Evil Amazon true crime docuseries.
A true crime junkie.
I am. And it all started with Agatha Christie reading her books in junior high school.
Maybe you should have been reading something else.
Maybe I should have been.
See, I'm stuck in fantasy land.
You're stuck in fantasy land and I'm stuck in murder mystery. Who knows, I might be able to solve one of these. No, I'm joking.
I like fantasy land. Because murder freaks me out.
It doesn't. Surprisingly, it doesn't. Like, I've always been...
You should unpack that in therapy. No. I'm just kidding.
I probably should. But I don't know. I've always been interested. It's interesting with the Becoming Evil docuseries on Amazon. It goes through the psychological mind of a serial killer.
What was that one Netflix one that took place in the 70s?
Charles Manson?
No.
Oh, he's really that shit is fucked
It's
up.
like, I don't know. It was like fiction, but it wasn't fiction. Like, it followed FBI's through real killers, one of which was in jail, and they were trying to solve either the Zodiac or Ted Bundy or something. And they went to meet with who is the very famous murderer that's like a large guy and like clumsy, like he had psychological problem, like
the Green River Killer?
That's also ours. That's also Washington.
I don't think Ted Bundy is Washington.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's California.
I think it's California. No, it's something else. It's Milwaukee something.
Well, he traveled all over.
He did travel all over. He did travel and...
No, I'm going to look this. There's a Netflix.
Netflix has a lot of, like, random...
Okay, Ted Bundy first. Ted Bundy.
Oh, you're doing that. I'm going to look up...
Area. He was arrested in Florida.
Yeah.
Area of crime. I'm gonna say all over. Okay, but no, Netflix crime show. Netflix.
Was it something that I watched?
Netflix crime shows. No, not like that. Not Dahmer. Mindhunter. Mindhunter. Catching a criminal often requires the authorities to get inside the villain's mind and hope to figure out how he thinks. That's the job of FBI agents Holden Ford and Bill Tench. They attempted to understand and catch serial killers by studying their damaged psyches. Along the way, the agents pioneer the development of modern serial killer profiling. So it's about the FBI profile, like the start of the FBI profiling team. Jonathan Groff's in it? No way. The crime drama has a strong pedigree behind the camera with Oscar-nominated director David Fincher and Oscar actress-winning Charlize Theron. Yeah, it was Mindhunter. And then I watched Zac Efron play Ted Bundy.
Didn't also... What's that Disney star that also...
Oh, Lynch. Ross Lynch. Who did he play? Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you graduate from Disney Channel and you go and play serial killers. Like, okay.
But, like...
The Ted Bundy one was interesting. Freaky. It's crazy.
Some of that shit is just weird. Like there's the Sam something killer. But like if you think of Criminal Minds, like all of those stories are like,
yeah, all they're fake.
All are fake, but they're based off of.
Well, that's why I think like the Gabby Petito case a few years ago was so crazy.
I was gonna work through watching that.
Damn, it's crazy. Makes me sad. But yeah, that took a turn. I feel like that's a good episode.
I feel like that is a good episode.
Okay.
Well, this is
episode 6.
Episode 6. Just chatting again.
We had a little bit of sort of structure. I don't know. That's okay. Yeah, so we'll catch you next week on this episode.